Hello to everyone. I actually don't know what I'm doing here right now. I mean, it might sound like the craziest thing in the world, but I'm going through such a difficult time of my life where I'm really depressed, really sad. And every time I think that no one can understand me, that the best solution is to, I don't know, throw myself underneath the bed cover, cry all day, listen to depressing music, depressing love songs, and just close myself inside myself and start thinking and torturing myself until, to tell you the truth, until you just believe that the only solution is like to end your life. Because sometimes your mind gets you so like caught up in things that you think that there's no solution in anything. And I think that in life you learn every day by suffering, mostly by suffering. And every day that suffering, sorry I'm not English so my English is a little rusty. Anyways, that suffering brings you every day a new lesson. Every day you learn something different. Every day you get up and you struggle. Life is struggle. Mainly it's struggle. It's also moments of happiness. A lot of moments of happiness. But life is harsh. Most of the time it's harsh and it's difficult. It's difficult situations, difficult decisions. It's making a lot of mistakes. But the only way you can understand things in life is by making mistakes, because you wouldn't know, right? You don't know what will happen to you. You don't know what's the right decision. Like, I always, every time that I made a bad decision, that I made myself suffer, other people suffer, I always think, why did I do that? Why didn't I do the other thing? But that person in the past didn't know what would have happened in the future, so I cannot like kill myself. I cannot like cut myself, punish myself, think that I'm a bad person just for acting how I felt in that moment. That doesn't make us evil persons. That just makes us human, trying to figure things out. So when I'm just saying this is because I'm going through a really bad breakup. He is my first love. I grew up with him. Like, I've known him since I was 16, now I'm 19. I was with him for 3 years. I was the one who decided to get with him. I mean, I'm a really shy person, and I'm really shy, but I was the one who went up to him and was like, do you like me? Do you want to try to have a relationship together? And in these 3 years, it's been so hard, because both me and him, we had and we have to deal with a lot of problems, like mainly mental problems, our issues, our difficulties, our backgrounds and everything. So we cling to each other because we were growing up together. Like, we met in that certain moment in life where you need another person. You need, I don't know, like a rock. And I became his rock because I became his rock, and he became my rock. And that's love. That's love. Helping each other out, that's love also. He listened to me. He was with me when I cried. He was with me when I fought with my parents. He was with me all the time. He was like also my best friend, not only my boyfriend, but my best friend. Same me for him. Although I am more open in a relationship, at least I tend to like tell everything, because I want to like share everything, and it's also a mistake sometimes. But I was always there for him. The rare moments when he decided to open up with him, I was always there for him. I made tons of mistakes, tons, because I'm only now I think I'm 19. Like, who doesn't make mistakes in 19? But he also made tons of mistakes. and they made me suffer like my mistakes made him suffer, and I have to accept that. That doesn't make me an evil person. That doesn't make me a person that doesn't love him or didn't love him in the past. And I've reached a point where I understood. And that's why I'm making these videos, because I think most of us, are going through this difficult moment in our lives where we know that if we don't cope with our problems alone, not alone like we have to close ourselves in a room, cry, depressed, we can ask for help. Because if we look around, we have persons who really love us for who we are and will be there no matter what. No matter what, they will be there. There are not a lot of people. So the truth, this world can be evil, really evil. So there's not many people you can really trust. But be blessed. Think you're blessed. Say thank you. Just if you have one person. Even one person is enough. It doesn't have to be your mother, your father. It can be your dog. It can be your teacher. It can be, you know it in your guts, in your heart who will be there no matter what. That you can call 3 in the morning, cry, and they will be there. So there is a moment where, you have those persons, but at the same time, if you don't cope with this, if you don't try to work on this, you will go nowhere. You will make no one happy. You will make yourself happy. You will make other people happy. And you will just make other people suffer. And people you love, mainly. And that's why it's good for you to say, okay, I have a problem, I have to deal with it. So this is a general talk, but at the same time it's to help you cope with a breakup, because that's what I'm going through, a really difficult one. And what happened is that after 3 years I realized that things weren't going well. I'm Italian and would have to go study in London, so I maturely thought a distant relationship wouldn't work. But not because we don't love each other, but because we're still immature. We're not to that point where we can accept a distant relationship. Also, many things of his character, of his personality, made me suffer so much. Not because he's a bad person, but that's things how they went. So I decided to leave him, and also because I made my mistakes. And I just wanted to, and I left him in a bad way. I just left, didn't answer to his phone calls, didn't text him back. He was cancelled from my life. But only now I see that that was the only possible way, because he's a type of person that, not in a bad way, but of course he loves someone, he doesn't want to let them go, so he insists. So my only way was to cut it off. It was so hard for me. These 3 months that I left him were I was thinking, trying to distract myself, but he was always in my mind and in my heart. Whatever he did, I would control it. If they talked about him, I would be I don't care, but I cared. Of course I cared. And so now I made the mistake, at least not because I'm a bad person, but I made the mistake to think that if I go back, I went back to him now. And I thought that our problems immediately would have been cancelled. That I would have been this mature woman, he would have been this mature man, leave all our problems behind, forgive each other, all the things that we did, all the bad things, forgive, go ahead, mature persons and everything. I made this mistake, but not because I wanted him to suffer again, to go back in his life and reopen the wound. I'm not an evil person, I didn't want to do this. It's just that stupidly I thought that our problems could be solved, But that's not how it went. I realized again that I'm not mature, I'm not at the point I'm not stable at all to make anyone happy right now. And also he demonstrated me that he loves me and I love him, and now I know that there's no doubt about it. But he's still immature. I'm not stable to make anyone happy. So I again made the decision, not because I want to stop making him suffer again, but again to leave him, because I realized that, what am I doing here? I'm not in a stable point right now to make him happy, so I would continue making other mistakes, making him more miserable, and he's not mature enough, so he would make me more miserable. But I didn't go back in his life because I wanted to hurt him. I sincerely thought that we could be different persons, be more mature, but we're not. And I feel bad because now he's suffering again. But the more I continue, and the more I don't work on my problems, the more I'll make him suffer and I'll make me suffer. At the end of the day, it's cliche, but if you're not happy with yourself, you'll just make other persons suffer. And since I'm not a bad person, I don't want anyone to suffer for me. I just want to make happy the other person. I reach a point where, although like it's like someone is cutting me, if like tomorrow another girl will come in his life, I cannot be selfish. Like, if she would make him happy and smile like he used to smile for me, it would like break my heart in 1,000 pieces, like I would die. But he deserves it. He's not mature, he has his problems, but he deserves to be happy. Or at least to make new mistakes. Be miserable again, but like in a different way, you know? Like, because he deserves that new opportunity, and I also deserve it though. And I feel bad because like I made him again suffer, but I realized that I have to let go. I have to let go if I want to find some peace. Yeah, if I want to find some peace for me, for him, I just have to let go. Let go and yeah, let go. I don't want this video to be too long. I could talk like for 3 hours, but like I'll make a first video, and if someone like, well, at least like 10 person watching it, I'll do another video, and at least I know that someone's hearing me. And I just want you to know that you're not alone in your problems. Someone else is going through something tough, and you're not alone.